What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the Lazy Channel. Today, we're checking out 15 dumb things schools did to save money. Like the video for the algorithm right now, please. And if you're new and you're going to enjoy, subscribe. We're trying to hit 100K in July and get another nice little plaque right there, okay? Amazing. Now let's check it out.
Number 15.
Okay.
Refusing to make repairs. You'd think that schools would make an effort to give their students the best possible place to learn and develop. But let's be honest, life can get a bit expensive and sometimes we have to make some budget cuts. Even schools have to do them, and sometimes they gleefully do them.
That's a whole.
Sometimes they go a little bit too far. At some point, teachers in Detroit started to share pictures that showed the conditions of the facilities where they taught. Moldy walls, broken toilets, lack of toilet paper, and many other issues
shit like that.
People grow concerned.
Yeah,
that sounds pretty much like Detroit.
I ain't seen no shit like that. They had a speed bump on the basketball court. Yo, that might be easier to dunk though. You run up that and jump. Nah, that might actually be good for the game. It might make it easier to dunk.
Make budget cuts. And the first thing that got affected was the maintenance budget. I'm not sure if the school actually fixed anything after the photos were released or not, but there's one thing we can all agree on. You can't have anything in Detroit. I'm not saying the actual quote, we're a family channel. Number 14.
I don't know. I'm not from Detroit.
Old meat. We all use our freezer to preserve meat if we're not ready to eat it right away. And many fast food restaurants recycle their own meat. But would you keep it in there for more than 5 years?
5 years? One, that's fucked up. But Michelle Obama fucked up the school lunches, bro. Michelle Obama did the little thing, I don't know what it was called, but she ruined school lunches.
Yeah, I didn't think so. That's exactly what the Hawkins County school system did in Tennessee. They put some pork meat in the freezer in 2009 and they served it until 2015. Yeah, that's pretty gross right there. You'd think that this would be a big health risk that people would be concerned about. But when one of the lunchroom staff reported the incident, the manager at the cafeteria just told him to put some gravy on it and make sure it tastes good. Yeah.
What? Nah.
Yeah, the poor kiddo who had to eat that probably had to get their stomach pumped. But you know, I'm sure it saved some lunch.
That actually don't look bad for a school lunch. Hold on, a bacon, egg, and cheese bagel? I ain't had no shit like that in my school.
Money to the school.
Bacon.
Number 13.
That ain't bad.
Renting out space. This video is not only about those moments in which schools did ridiculous things to save money, it's also about how they came up with creative ways to make the most out of what they had. And then there's this school in Texas that used their empty parking spots around their stadium to make some extra cash. They rented them out to office workers in the community and made more than $80,000. And those parking spots were probably some of the most premium spots you could find if you ever attended the games in the stadium. With all of that money, they were able to pay the salary of 2 teachers who also made good use of their summer holiday to tutor kids in creative ways, and charge them $100.
That ain't actually that bad, to be honest. Rent out the parking spots? I thought they was gonna be like renting out rooms in the school.
An hour. Number 12, renting out equipment. And those parking spots were not the only thing that the school in Texas used to make extra cash. They also used their own equipment and supplies to make a profit from organizations around them. They would use their copy machine to print materials for the local government, and they ended up making more than $25,000. In that way, the government got a good deal for their copies, and the school got extra cash for whatever activity.
That's not bad at all. Just printing stuff for the government made them 25 racks? That's not bad at all. Like, what?
They had in mind. I just hope the school put it to good use. Number 11, elementary school gone wild. The Hiram B. Institute of Science and Technology seemed like the perfect charter school for a lot of kids in Philadelphia. And surely, they committed to giving the best education to everyone from kindergartners all the way to 8th. What am I saying? Oh, after
8th grade. 8th grade, not in elementary school. 8th grade is middle school. Elementary school is kindergarten to 5th grade, right? Then middle school is 7th to 8th. Then high school is 9th to 12th. That don't add up, buddy. That don't add up right there.
The sunset, the fridge in the cafeteria would turn into a liquor cabinet, and a disco ball would drop from the ceiling to turn this place into something called Club Damani. Ooh, yes, that's right. After school hours, the facilities were used as a nightclub until authorities got involved and stopped the operations. We don't know for sure if it was the school authorities or the landlords who were the ones who rented the space of the nightclub. But one thing we do know is that they made a lot of extra cash by keeping the school open at night. Number 10.
Interesting.
Fake test scores. A lot of schools in the US get money when the students perform well on their tests. It's like a reward that they give them to continue their good work. If you ask me, I think schools with low performance should be the ones getting the money so they can get better teachers and more materials to succeed. Well, you know, that's my own topic right there. Very controversial. Anyway, the schools that get the money sometimes cheat for their students on their tests just to get a good score and receive the money. Some schools in Atlanta and Baltimore were caught erasing the students' wrong answers.
They ain't never do that for me in school. I wouldn't have complained if they gave me a higher score. Who's gonna complain about that?
You know,
that handwriting is ass. Oh my god, what is that?
Number 9. Advertisements for kids and teens.
They putting the ads on the locker.
The best place to get the attention of kids and teenagers? School, maybe. Of course. Well, unless they're in a classroom, where a lot of them get distracted. But seriously, a lot of companies came up with strategies to advertise their products at schools. Some schools are now painting.
They shouldn't do that. They should just advertise them with me. Pay me money. I'll promote you. Pay me money. Put ads on my video, please. Come on.
With ads that get displayed during sporting events. And there are also signs that they put on the school buses so all the kids can see them. Whoever came up with this idea is pretty smart.
On the bus?
Yeah, a bit of a sellout though. The schools that agree to this are getting a lot of money that would otherwise go to other locations where there are not enough kids to reach.
They should give it to me. They give me the money.
Number 8. Students becoming teachers.
Huh?
Yes, when you were growing up, this was your greatest fantasy, to take over the classroom.
No, it wasn't.
One lawsuit in Detroit that claims that an 8th grader had become a teacher when his math teacher left the school in frustration due to his class size and lack of support. The student had to fill in the teacher's shoes, not just for a couple of days, but for an entire month. And the funny thing about it is that the 13-year-old teacher had a teacher's aide to help him keep control of the class.
What?
Why didn't this teacher's aide become the teacher? My guess is that the student was just really good at math, and that school had some serious problems. Did the student get paid? Probably not. And that saved the school some money, but they probably ended up paying more during that lawsuit.
Interesting.
Number 7. Students for rent. I really don't like
they renting kids? Motherfuckers is just coming to school. Yo, I need to rent 3 kids real quick.
This one's going. It's not rare to see schools putting their students to work to earn some extra cash. We've all seen kids selling candy or raffle tickets just to make some money that they can give back to the school.
Yeah.
But lately, things have gone a little bit too far. Some schools have this program called Rent a Kid or Rent an Athlete, and other similar programs in which people can rent students to do manual work, such as gardening, babysitting, cleaning, and other paid tasks.
Hell no, and the school gets the money for you What? No, they
tripping. The thing
tripping.
about this is that the ones who get to pocket the money are the school authorities and not the kids themselves.
Hell no. They can't do that.
Volunteer their own time to go out and do these jobs just to raise some extra cash for this school.
Fuck the school.
They love the place where they study.
Nah.
Being forced into it.
Hell no.
6. Have teachers pay for stuff. I hope you appreciate the work that your teachers do because sometimes they don't get enough resources to run a class successfully.
Man, fuck
and
all
they
my
have to put
teachers.
money out of their own pocket in order to make things work. In a lot of schools, teachers get a curriculum with 1 or 2 ways to teach a lesson. However, different students have different needs, and sometimes teachers need to think outside the box in order to meet each individual need. 2 simple options to teach a lesson are simply not enough. This is why teachers have to buy more material and come up with more resources to teach a lesson efficiently. And
shout out all the nice teachers, though. I said fuck all my teachers. Shout out all the nice teachers. You know, there is really nice, good teachers that really care for these kids. I don't know why there's mean teachers. Like, why did you become a teacher if you don't like it? If you don't like kids, why in the hell did you become a teacher? Because you didn't become a teacher to get money, because teachers don't make a lot. So, like, why would you choose to be a teacher if you don't like it? You could have done anything else in this world. You could have done anything, but you said, oh, let me be a teacher, even though I don't get paid a lot and I don't like kids. What? The math don't add up there, buddy.
Methods are not part of the curriculum. The school doesn't have to pay for them. No, the teacher is the one who takes that burden.
See, he looked like a nice teacher. He's probably a nice guy.
Garage sales. Since a lot of time teachers are the ones who need to buy their own materials, they're always on the lookout for ways to save cash.
I think my school used to do bake sales. I think they used to sell like brownies and shit.
And one of the best places for them to get stuff are those huge garage sales, such as the ones hosted by local churches. And these garage sales are also full of games and books that teachers can pick for their students for a very low price. Number 4. Using coupons. And here's another
there ain't nothing wrong with using coupons. Coupons is good. You can save some money.
way in which teachers manage to save their money by using every single coupon they can find to get the best deals.
Yes, that's right. That.
You probably thought your parents were the only ones
what this guy got against coupons? What the
collecting that kind of stuff. But teachers have to do it too. It's said that the best time to find coupons or discounts in general is after the first day of school. You know, when a lot of things go on sale. And the same applies to seasonal items. If the teacher wants to get decorations for a specific holiday, they can wait until the holiday is over to go to the shops and get discounts on items for the next year.
That's smart.
But they have to make sure they'll actually use the stuff they buy. Otherwise, they'd be wasting their time and their money. Number 3. Not hiring real teachers. teaching assistants are there to, well, assist the actual teacher. And while they're awesome people who are of great help to the teacher, the teaching assistants don't have the same experience as their—
I do not remember an assistant being there. It was just the teacher. When? Y'all had assistants in there?
do. Though sometimes the teaching assistants end up taking over a whole class, even though that's against the law. They pretty much become a regular teacher, but their salary remains low. And that's
The
how some
teacher's
schools
salary is
manage to
already
save
low. Teachers don't get paid a lot.
money by keeping teaching assistants doing the hard work at a low price and compromising the education of many children. Now it's time for the day's best pick.
Okay.
Look at this bus though. Pretty funny, ain't it? Pretty small, and I doubt—
How many people? It looks like there's 2 rows of seats right here. There's 2 kids on each seat, so 2, 4, 6, 8. This bus can hold 8, maybe 10 kids max.
enough children to take to school. Well, you better appreciate it, because next on the list we have something that involves the school system, which is one of the things that suffers the most when it comes to saving money.
All right, chop chop.
With that said, number 2. Eliminating the bus service. Times are hard, and for some schools that means having to choose between the bus and the teachers. And of course they have to choose the teachers. Otherwise, going to school would be pointless. The problem with the bus service is that some schools are not getting enough funds to sustain their transportation system.
Damn.
For that reason, they have to charge parents $150 per year to make sure their kid has a way to get to and from school. It's either that or getting rid of the bus for good.
Damn.
But I guess that's not so much of a problem right now that a lot of classes are not meeting in person. Before we move on, do me a favor.
Skip right over this shit.
Extortion. At the top of this list, we have the easiest way for schools to make a quick buck and sustain their programs by extorting their own students. Lately, schools have started to charge for almost everything. In some schools, you have to pay for athletic programs, lunchboxes, parking spots, and other stuff.
Lunchbox? Who buys the lunchbox from school? You buy a lunchbox from the store and take it to school.
Be free. At least in a public school, those things are supposed to be covered by the authorities. But schools have crossed that line, and they don't care either. For example, there was this school in New Jersey that was ready to call child services on families if the parents didn't pay for a hefty debt on lunchboxes.
That's lame.
Schools are ready to make money out of anything. But I'm sure things are changing now that most of the classes around the world are being held online.
True. Now, let me know in the comments, did you all like the online school during the pandemic? Did you like online school or not? Let me know in the comments. Appreciate y'all for watching. I love y'all. Ta-ta.
Ooh, any situation, I'm a big factor. Brought out the Glock with the Ruger, I'm a mismatcher. Ooh, baby, squeeze that punani on me, okay?